So is Carnival's Faster to the Fun really worth that crazy price tag of up to $210 per cabin?
What?
You see it debated online all the time.
Bruh.
Some cruisers swear by it. Others call it a total waste of money. The cruise world is pretty split, which makes getting good advice pretty tough. Today, I'm going to settle that debate. I paid for Faster to the Fun 3 times with my own money, so I can break down every single perk to help you decide if it's the right move for your next Carnival cruise. We will dive into all the quirks and features, and I will help you decide which ones actually matter to you, and if it's worth getting. My name is Ruben, and I love cruising on Carnival while sharing my tips and adventures with all of you. What is it? So, what exactly is Faster to the Fun? Think of it as a VIP pass. You pay an extra fee, and in return, you get priority perks that are very similar to what Carnival's top loyalty tier members get as Platinum or Diamond. I wanted to find out if it's worth getting and thought some of you might be wondering the same thing. The concept is simple. Less time waiting, more time vacationing.
Yeah.
But first, a quick PSA. If your Carnival status is Platinum or Diamond, you probably can stop watching this right now because you already get all of these benefits for free as part of your loyalty status. Oh, and if you've booked a suite, you also get almost all of these perks included because, well, you've spent enough money already. The one perk that you do not get as a suite guest is a dedicated priority line at guest services. For everyone else, especially families or groups squeezing every ounce of value from your vacation budget, the question is this pricey package a game changer or just another way for Carnival to nickel and dime you? So I purchased Faster to the Fun 3 different times on 3 different ships with 3 different scenarios and itineraries to analyze and find out for you if it's worth it. Cost. All right, let's talk about money. The price for Faster to the Fun is not a flat rate. It is tiered based on how long your cruise is and even the ship that you're on. But here's the most important part. The price is per cabin, not per person. So if you are jamming a bunch of people into your cabin, like for a family or a big group, that could be a big detail. That one fee covers everyone in your stateroom. Here are the starting prices for sailings through November 2026. Note that the price might be a little bit more for certain ships or even certain situations. You are looking at $79.95 for shorter 2 to 3 day cruises, $109.95 for 4 to 5 day cruises, and $149.95 for 6 to 8 day cruises. Excel class ships charge even more at $169.95. Cruises longer than 9 days start at $209.95 per cabin. Note that these are starting prices. For my 6-day sailing on the Panorama, I paid a little bit more at $161.95. Now, let's do some quick group math. If you are a family or group of 4 in one cabin on a 4-day cruise, that $110 price tag breaks down to less than $28 per person for the entire sailing. When you frame it like that, it starts to sound a lot more reasonable. That's less than $7 a day per person for all of the benefits. Now here's the catch. If your group or family needs 2 cabins, well, now you need to buy the package for each cabin, which doubles your cost. So how many people are in your cabin affects the math. And that's not just because I'm Asian. Now, keep that per person per day cost in your head as we break down what you actually get for your money. Perk by perk analysis. Carnival lists 7 main benefits to the Faster to the Fun package. Let's break down each one. Perk number 1, priority, security, check-in, and boarding. This is the first perk and it tackles one of the biggest headaches of cruising. Embarkation day can be organized chaos. You show up to a huge, crowded terminal, and what's the first thing that you see? Lines. You sometimes have to wait in the driving line to even get to the cruise port. There's a line for check-in, then security, then even more lines to get onto the ship. It feels like Cheesecake Factory. Now, if you're traveling with kids or even cranky friends who are tired from traveling, those lines can be a total nightmare. Faster to the Fun gives you access to a dedicated priority line. One time I waited almost an hour just to get into the terminal when I walked outside. If I had Faster to the Fun, it would have taken only minutes. That is an incredible time saver. You dodge the stress, the heat, or rain, and the frustration that could start your vacation on a sour note. While Carnival's staggered check-in helps with lines overall, there's no denying that a dedicated fast lane is a major win, especially if you get to the terminal during peak hours like around 11 to 12. For families with little kids, the value of starting your vacation relaxed instead of frazzled is hard to beat. Now subscribe and stay to the end if you want a secret tip about the boarding process. Perk number 2, early stateroom access. This is another massive perk, and it goes hand in hand with priority boarding. Normally for Carnival cruises, your cabin is not ready until around 1:30 p.m. This means that you are stuck lugging your carry-on bags all over a crowded ship, to the pool, to the Lido buffet, or to Guy's Burger. Well, because you watch my videos and you know never to go to the buffet on embarkation day, except to grab some funfetti cheesecake. With Faster to the Fun, you can drop your bags off as soon as you board. You can walk straight up to your cabin and just leave your bags. This means that you can skip checking in a bag with the porters and needing to wait well into the afternoon or evening to receive them. This can be a game changer. Just note that you are only allowed to drop off your bags. This is because the cabin stewards are still doing all that hard work and preparation to get your cabin and other people's cabins ready. So please, drop off your bags and head back out to enjoy the ship without all that baggage in tow. Perk number 3, express luggage delivery. But what if you don't want to lug your suitcases filled with ducks and door decorations around? No worries. Faster to the Fun also comes with express luggage delivery. Normally, you might not see your checked luggage until late afternoon or even early evening. This can be a huge pain in the Faster to the Fun gives your bags priority handling. They get tagged and sent up first, so they are among the first to arrive at the cabins. But stay to the end for my honest opinion, because there's more to this perk than meets the eye and you need to know about it. Perk number 4, priority guest services. At some point during your cruise, you might need to visit guest services. On my last sailing, I had an issue with the sink being clogged up. Another time, my hot water didn't work. Whatever your issue, you might want to talk to someone, and some days the lines can be ridiculously long, especially on the first and last days. Faster to the Fun gives you a dedicated phone number and a priority line at guest services. Now, this line is shared with Platinum and Diamond members, but it's still usually much shorter than the main line. For most people, your vacation time is precious. 30 to 60 minutes waiting in line could be time that you spend catching some sun, at the pool, watching a show, or eating food. This perk is like an insurance policy. You might not need it, but if you do, it could save you a ton of time and frustration. Perk number 5, priority dining reservations. Faster to the Fun theoretically gives you priority status for reservations in the main dining restaurant, MDR, and at specialty restaurants. If you have traditional set time dining and want to request a specific table or even change your time, requests come first from Diamond, Platinum, and then Faster to the Fun guests before everyone else. It's also useful for specialty dining, like the steakhouse, which can fill up pretty fast. That priority can help you lock in a reservation at the time that you want. However, this benefit does not apply to your time dining where you pick when you want to dine. And honestly, all this does is move you up in a line behind a lot of other people like Diamond and Platinum. Historically, that line doesn't even really do much because either there is no line or the line is so big that it's really not going to matter. So 99% of the time, I feel like this perk is totally irrelevant. Now, what is not irrelevant are the comment section. So let me know what you think about Faster to the Fun in the comments below. Perk number 6, priority water shuttle. Some cruise ports are tender ports, meaning the ship anchors offshore and you take a smaller boat, a water shuttle or tender boat to the pier. On those mornings, a long line can form to get off the ship. Some ports are so crowded that you even have to wait in line to get water shuttle passes. On the Panorama, the water shuttle pass line opened at 9 a.m. People were already in line at 8 a.m. and when I got down there around 8:45, the line had snaked already more than halfway across the ship, all the way down to the Limelight Lounge. Faster to the Fun gives you priority boarding on those tenders, so you can skip all that nonsense and get ashore faster. To the fun. If you do have faster to the fun at a more popular tender port like Cabo, you will get a notice of where and when to meet. On the Panorama, we met up with Suite Guests, Diamond, and Platinum members at the Liquid Lounge. Then we were escorted down to the tender boats before everyone else. This is a huge plus if you want to maximize your time in port. This might gain you an extra 1 or 2 hours of port time. Note that if you buy an excursion through Carnival, you can actually skip all of these people and go all the way to the very front of the line, even ahead of Diamond guests. For ports where you are there multiple days, it is usually only that first day that is so crowded that you need passes. On our second day at Cabo, there were no water shuttle passes needed, and you just walk right down and get on the water shuttle. The other reason this perk might not matter is for specific ports. On the West Coast, if you are stopping at Catalina Island, you get priority water shuttle boarding, but that's at 8 a.m. and there's almost never anyone getting off that early, so you're first in line to an almost non-existent line. Other ports like Ensenada, where you just walk off the ship, well, this perk does nothing again. So check your itinerary and check which ports are tender versus walk-off. If not, do not even factor this into your decision. Perk number 7, priority debarkation. The worst part about cruising is getting kicked off your ship on the last day, and that can be even crazier than getting on. With Faster to the Fun, you can be one of the first to debark by choosing an early debarkation time and having an exclusive meeting area. If you have an early flight to catch, this can be amazing. You could be one of the first groups off the ship, giving you a head start to the airport or even getting out of town and cutting down on the travel day stress. Just know that to take advantage of this perk, you might need to get up pretty early in the morning and meet at around 6 or 7 in the morning. Recommendations. So after breaking it all down, who should actually buy this package? Now remember to stay to the end because I'm going to give you a secret insider tip about express luggage delivery. Now, Faster to the Fun is a great idea if, well, you despise waiting in lines. If you're like me and you book a Delta Comfort Plus seat just to get the earlier boarding time, Faster to the Fun is definitely for you. Your time is more valuable than your money. There's also people like Matt who love getting Faster to the Fun. You're a family with young kids. Skipping lines and getting into your cabin early to head off meltdowns, that might be priceless. You're on a shorter 2 to 5 day cruise. The price is much less, and on a shorter trip, every hour counts. Faster to the Fun helps you start your vacation hours earlier. If you're in a group or family of 3 or 4 sharing a single cabin, you get a lot of value because you pay per cabin. Now, you should definitely skip Faster to the Fun if you have status like Platinum or Diamond, or you're staying in a suite because you already get all or most of those perks anyway. You should probably skip Faster to the Fun if you're a laid-back, flexible traveler. If you do not mind getting to port later in the afternoon, the lines are usually gone and your cabin will already be ready. If you're a solo traveler or even a couple on a longer cruise, the per person cost starts to get pretty high and the benefits might not be totally worth it. If your cruise has 0 tender ports or uncrowded ports, in that case, a key part of this package is almost useless. Oh, and what about express baggage delivery? In my experience, it's almost useless. The 3 times I got Faster to the Fun, my check bag did not get delivered any quicker than when I didn't purchase it. And finally, if the only or primary reason that you are thinking about Faster to the Fun is for a shorter line at port, try this tip instead. Get the earliest possible arrival time and get to the port early. Because you board according to groups, the first few groups board right after Faster to the Fun, so you're literally on the ship only minutes after them. Now, I give you my entire step-by-step Carnival check-in process along with a few other game-changing tips in this video here.